Hey everyone, this is Josh from Saxophone Hub and New City Kids, and today we're gonna learn Crown You with Praise. This is an amazing Latin flavored gospel song with a heavy piano emphasis. Here's the song map with 11 parts, and that's a lot, I know, but I'm about to make it very doable. So let's dig right in with the opening solo at tempo, and then I'll break it down. Fantastic, right? So let's slow it down. We have this pentatonic run up first, and then you have to switch fingers. One more time, then the run down. And then we have this monstrous chord. Your wrist has to be real flexible. And then the final note. That was a lot, I know, but we're gonna break it down. It's just three chords. We've got E minor, F sharp diminished, G diminished, back to the F sharp diminished, and back to the E minor. That's it, but we don't hear the chords being played. It's actually arpeggiated. And that's it. Once you're able to get this right hand, then you could make it spicy with your left hand. And if you've made it this far, it means you're a guru. Okay, and that's just one loop out of 4 loops. And guess what? The second loop has a B7 sharp 9 sharp 5 coming in between. And it comes in like this. That sounds as dramatic as anything could be. It's just an A, B, E flat, and G. And then you play 3 times, then your left hand, then 3 times, 2 times. I'll break it down. And that's it. And once you're done with this, you go back to the 3rd and 4th loop, which is the same as the first loop. Coming out from the 4th loop, we have this transition into an E minor chord, and that is the verse. That is the beginning of the verse. We have 1 hit, 2 hits, back to 1 hit, and then we have this riff. That counts as 1 hit, 3 hits, 1 more hit, and a riff. So let's try that with the music. Two hits, 1, first riff, 3 hits, back to 1, second riff. Great, we're in the chorus, and I'm gonna play the melody of the chorus first so you get the context. And this is actually my favorite part of this song because of the left hand. The left hand and the bass has this thing called the circle of 4th, which is amazing. And it starts from A, and it moves to D, then to G, then to C, and it skips to F sharp, then to B, then to E, But we don't want to have that much movement, right? So we're going to make it really compact here. To the D, to the G, to the C, to the F sharp, to the B, to the E. Amazing, great stuff. So let's introduce the chords on the right hand. So firstly, we have the A minor 7, and it drops to the D dominant 7, and then the G major 7, then the C major 7, and it drops down to this fancy chord, the F sharp half diminished, and then finally the B dominant 7, and back to the E minor. And then we have this really fancy walk up, and it sounds like this on the left hand. And on the right hand, we have this. And both hands sounds like this. Awesome! So right now let's play it with the soundtrack. I know, it's not sounding the way it should in the recording, and that's because two things are missing: the rhythm and the filler notes. And filler notes is basically just a note in the G major scale before the actual bass note that was taught, right? Let's combine it with the right hand and have our solid groove. Second time. See how much better it sounds now? Okay, now you know the intro, the verse, and the chorus. And you can follow the song map for how they go back and forth. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going straight into the spicy intro to the bridge. And this is how it goes. But they didn't play it that slow, so let's bring it up to tempo. And right now we are moving into this beautiful bridge that has fantastic spicy jazz chords throughout the 10 measures. And we start with this C major 9, which goes through Jesus, we crown you with singing. But singing has two chords. The first chord is the monstrous chord we played earlier, which is the B7 sharp 9 sharp 5. And then it resolves to the B7 flat 9. And we move to E minor 7, which goes through instruments, lift up your name, and then name has three chords, three passing chords, which is the D minor 9, going to the G13, and resolving with the C major 7. And then we come back with all of our hearts, and then we move to B7 sharp 5, Jesus, you are victorious with this Esos. And then we move to this beautiful walk up. But first, let's play this soundtrack. So the walk up comes in at victorious, victo, at toe. So victor. Let me do it one more time, but slower. And back to the monstrous chord again. And now we're ready for the second solo. And that is then the left hand comes in. The last thing I want to show you is the wordy, wordy, wordy in the new key. And the wordy, wordy, wordy just goes like this. And now we're in A flat. That's it. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Watch it slow, watch it many times, share with others.